Hi there, stampers and crafters. My name is Tammy White from stampwithtami.com, and I am really excited today. I'm actually having a 2-for-1 special edition of our paper pumpkin class this month. My September paper pumpkin came in the mail yesterday, and of course I couldn't wait to rip it open. I know sometimes I try to save it for you guys, but I was so excited. So anyways, I started stamping away, and I just was so inspired. I ended up creating the alternate projects even before we even did the reveal video. So normally I have 2 videos, but now we're going to have a mega video with both reveal and bonus projects. So this is the Hello Pumpkin Kit. It is September 2020 that this came out. They are sold out. There are no more available. You do need to subscribe by the 10th of the month in order to get the kit, but I do have some for sale on my Stamp with Tammy blog. So you can go there, or you can click on the link in this resource page. I don't have a lot though, so if you fall in love with it, get it. And while we're here, it's a live video, so I always have freebies to give away for you guys. So be sure to leave a comment, and I will tell you what we're giving away soon. Stay tuned. All right, so this is the kit. This is how it comes. These are such a great deal because when you get these kits in the mail, you know, it's kind of like a really exciting thing, fun thing to get, but you never know what's inside it, so it's like a little surprise every month, and it's so much more fun to get in the mailbox than bills. So this was the box. It was kind of a fun box this month, and it came with the stamp set, which, you know what, I have a better view of the stamp set. I'll show it to you in a minute just because it's easier to see, and because I've started using this one already. Every month is a stamp set, so if you're a beginner stamper, this is a great way to start building on your collections. You also get a mini ink, but we call these ink spots, but they're the same. They're all colors that we have in our Stampin' Up! Color collection, and so they are actually the same ink that are in the full-size ink pads, just smaller. They're also great to use with the Stamparatus stamp positioning tool. All right, let's talk about what else came in the kit this month. You never know what it's going to be. Sometimes it's cards, sometimes it's 3D. Regardless of what it is, we can always have fun with the project, making the projects as is, which I'll do in a minute, and doing alternate projects if you don't, you know, if maybe it's not your taste, but the alternate projects might be over the top and you can't stand it. You gotta have it. So there are 20 of these. These are called cracker treat boxes, like firecracker because they pop open, and they're double-sided. So they're actually all the same. I just have them flipped over here so you can see the 2 different prints. So you can do fall theme with this one, Thanksgiving, or you can do Halloween, or you could do kind of a little bit of both. You can have a lot of fun with that. It always comes with adhesive. We have mini glue dots somewhere on the table. This is a little bit stronger adhesive here to keep the boxes together, and always dimensionals. Always, not always actually. Sometimes they don't have them, but I always have them handy because I love them. And we have some baker's twine in black and white to go to assemble our boxes. When we start making them, we'll use that. And then on top of all of this, it's such a, you know, when I say it's a value, it really is an incredible value. So on top of all of that, these are all die cuts. I feel like I have to kind of back out. You can hardly see them all. There's so many. And I did start using them, so I've got a few of them, but we've got black cat here. Actually, because I punched that out, you can really see the black cat. We have black hat, black cat, black hat. And then we've got all different kinds of, we've got fall flowers, pumpkins, tags. There was just so many fun pieces. And the reason why there's so many here is because instead of just having a set project, which they do, and which a lot of times we shake that up anyway, so you can make it different. What they really did was just give a bunch of ideas on how to assemble these, and you can pretty much do your own thing with this. So they've given you ideas if you really want to copy what they have here, or you can just go to town and start, you know, pulling out some of these embellishments, which we'll do in a minute, and making these. And always on the back of the instruction booklet, there's also alternates. These are in addition to the ones that I'm going to make today. So there's always instructions. I'm not even using these today. I'll always do a video to show you how to put the kits together. But this one, you don't even really need those. I'll show you. Oh, there's the glue dots. I knew they were down there somewhere. I'll show you how to put the boxes together. They're so easy, and then we'll play with a lot of these die cuts and put together some tags. But you don't have to do them for Halloween. Like, these are Halloween things, the hat and the cat, but they could be done for other things, the cat and the hat. Oh my gosh, already I just thought of something there. Cat and the hat. Okay, maybe I have to have more alternates. All right, so let's play. Let's start with assembling the box. I know some of you out there I saw haven't even gotten your kits yet. I'm not usually one of the first ones to get a kit, so I'm pretty excited to get mine early this month. Usually they go out in batches, the paper pumpkin kits, and you never know when you're going to get it. But being on the East Coast and them coming from Utah, sometimes I'm at the end of the end of the list. But it was kind of cool to. I was surprised when it came. I wasn't expecting it. So this is how they come. I just popped out these inserts right here because those you don't need. And then we're just gonna reinforce the scoring lines that are actually already there. So these lines right here, and depending on, you're gonna fold it depending on which side you want to use. I'm gonna go with the gingham side right now. Okay, so I'm just kind of folding it like that on both sides. All right, and then all we do to put it together is just pop a little adhesive right there. That's it. That's it. They're so easy. And I mean, 20 of these. You get 20 of these in the box. That's a great value. So this is like kind of like a either Seal Plus, Lazar adhesive, or strong adhesive, or tear tape type adhesive. And there are little tiny strips of it there. And I found if I peeled off the top, I could literally just, let's see, if I'm going to do this side up, I'm going to put it on the edge of the side I'm not using. Right here. I could just do this. Whoops. And that adhesive just stuck right on there, and there was no fuss with it at all. Okay, so I've got the adhesive there. Just going to pop that together, and boom. That's the box, right? Super fun. Okay, so wait. To keep them together, yeah, you totally could use those inserts for something. Definitely. I got a lot of don't throw those inserts away. Absolutely. You guys are absolutely right. All right, so it says cut 12 inches of whatever color of the twine you want to use on your box. You need one for either end. So we'll tie one end, and then you fill it, and then you tie the other end. And the beautiful thing is, and I know when I make treat boxes, if you make it so that it cannot be re-put together after you take the treat out, people are like, oh no, what happens? They ruin it when they take the treat out. So this is not one of those things. Actually, you can fill it, refill it, have lots of fun with it. I'm going to go ahead and just shut both ends so you can see what it looks like. And you can just pretend there's a treat in there, because if I actually brought treats down, I would eat them. I've been known to do that on live videos, and it's rude. So I'm tying a bow again so that you could open it and retie it if it's not a one and done type of treat box. So that's kind of fun. And if you don't like the treat box, don't worry, because I am going to show you some other cool things that you can do with the supplies in this kit after. But who doesn't love these cute little things? They're adorable, right? Now we have lots and lots of die pieces. In fact, I'm going to pop up just real quick and show you what came in the kit, because there are just so many cool pieces in here. It's really hard to see them all, but I thought the visual here really showed it a little bit easier than all of mine already punched out. So we're going to punch out, I'll punch out some of these, and we'll make a little tag. There's lots of ideas on the little insert here too. So different ideas. So you can shake it up and do all kinds of fun things with this. Again, it can be Halloween, it can be Thanksgiving. You can put them on your table for Thanksgiving dinner, or you can mail them if we're under quarantine and are not able to have a big table at Thanksgiving. You can send them to your family almost like they're there, right? You can have a Zoom Thanksgiving. So let's see. We're going to do, let's do a little Thanksgiving tag for this one. Or a fall tag. Maybe it doesn't even need to be Thanksgiving. So got all of these fun pieces. Crafting and chocolate go hand in hand. You were so right, Tina. There's pumpkins in here. Oh, let's take a pumpkin. We'll do a big pumpkin. And they have some of these fun, let's see. I'll do one of these. They have some of these are really fun little lattice lace pieces too. They make fun little accents and little swirlies, and there's leaves. I mean, there's just so many fun pieces in here. I could just go on forever with the fun pieces that are in here. So let's see. Let's take some swirlies because I like them. Maybe some different colors, right? They don't all have to be the same. We're doing fall. We're doing grateful. And maybe a couple white flowers there. Maybe one of those. So you can see how you can really just, you could go to town with this. You could just, seriously, with all of these fun things, you can just keep on going. All right, so I wanted to be grateful. And there's different words on here. I did flash that up there a few minutes ago. There's a stamp that says give thanks. So I'll use that. This came with Cajun crates. So I'm just going to use my full size. I like to save those little ink pads. Then I can, when I travel, I can bring them with me. I know decisions, right, Linda? It's hard to know where to start. But then when you start going, you can't stop. It's addicting. I'm just going to throw that out there right now. Once you start making these little taggy things, you're going to wish you had more than 20 boxes. Whole lot of fun packed into this kit. That's all I got to say. All right, so there were glue dots and dimensionals that came in the kit. I'm just going to use my regular glue dots that I have out here. So what shall we do? Let's put the tag, and I used mostly glue dots to just stick all the pieces together and then stuck it to the box with the dimensionals. These are great party favors, right? Absolutely. Oh, Stampin' Up! Bingo! How fun is that? All right, so let's see, we'll put that there. I don't know, I feel like that's hiding the pumpkin. I don't want to hide the pumpkin. Let's put the pumpkin on top. And let's see, we'll put one of these behind. So I'm just popping the glue dots on the back here. You could, if you had seal adhesive, you could use that too, if you prefer that. But I find for this particular project, these little glue dots and the ones that came in the kit even are just perfect. Perfect to stick everything together with. And then we've got a couple little swirlies here. These are super fun. And they came in different colors, but I am going to show you in a minute how to use these little swirly die cuts. Even if these particular colors don't match your project, I'm going to show you a remedy for that. Oh yeah, fun stuff. I just feel like these little guys make it like a party, right? Make the little tag like a little party there. You got all kinds of little things shooting out, saying, woohoo, let's have some fun. And we'll round it off with this one. So I've got a little tag. I did that all on the fly too, right? No, those of you who follow me regularly know that I'm not really good with doing things on the fly. I've gotten a lot better though. But this particular project, it's really easy and fun to just start putting stuff together. Now I've got a couple of dimensionals here. I'm actually using them on some of the seams, but I just want to make sure it's in line with the box there. And then I'm going to stick it to the box. If you are not a regular subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, you definitely want to. You can go to stampwithtami.com and click on the Paper Pumpkin link to see all of the past videos and kits and alternate projects that I've created with these. You need to subscribe by the 10th of each month in order to get that month's kit. So right now we are in the subscription period for the next kit, which is October. And I'll show you that one in just a second. But first, here's a couple of other designs that I created. Because like I said, I was getting a little addicted. I couldn't stop stamping with these. So these are just some other ideas. I have photos of them on the resource page. I always have a resource page there for you on my stampwithtami.com blog, and I try to make it really easy for you to find that resource page just by clicking on the link in this video's description that says resource page. Or go to stampwithtami.com and click the free video class tab. So this is what's coming. If you subscribe by October 10th, you got this really cool Joy to the World kit. I can't wait to see what's inside of it. So again, stampwithtami.com if you're interested in that kit. I promised I would tell you about Prize Patrol because we're live. I'm just about to start the alternate projects, which is if these fun crackers, party crackers, didn't sell you on the kit, these alternate projects are just you're going to absolutely adore. All right, so I'm giving 2 kits away. I'll give one away immediately following this live broadcast, and I'm broadcasting on Facebook Live and on YouTube Live. So if you leave a comment in either place, I will draw a winner immediately following the taping of this video. And I will also draw a second winner on October 2nd in case you couldn't catch us live. So for those of you watching the replay, leave a comment and you will be entered to win. And if you share this broadcast onto social media on Facebook or Pinterest and type the word shared into the comments, I will enter you a second time into that replay drawing, so you get a second chance. But again, I do have a couple of these for sale on my blog, just in case you really fall in love with it, because I mean, how can you not? They're so adorable, right? Okay, so this is right out of the box. This is what the box comes with 20 of these party crackers. I call them like firecrackers when you fill them with candy. 20 of these double-sided, so you can use either side when you make them. All right, so let's keep going. This is where you get a 2-in-1 special today, because normally I have a separate video for the alternate cards, but today, bam, we're gonna do them all right now. Because oh my gosh, I couldn't stop myself. When I said I was addicted, I wasn't joking. How adorable is this, right? So this one, I made a little window here. I'm going to show you how I made that with the stitched rectangle dies. And then the fence. Do you see this little fence? So these are actually individual slats. I'll show you how I made those two. Super cute. And the pieces, the stamp, the cat came from the die. The cat came from the dies. This was part of the stamp set. All right. I have just a scrap piece of basic black cardstock. So I'm going to start with that in the Stampin' Up cut and emboss. This is the brand new cut and emboss machine. Not only is it brand new, but this month, so it was released to customers September, the beginning of September, and also this is the magnetic plate I have on here. The magnetic plate was also released in the beginning of September, so that was fun because I personally am a big fan of the magnetic plate. Now, I have measurements on that free PDF for the outside edge of this if you don't have the rectangle dies, but if you have them, it's going to make life so much easier. So these are the rectangle dies here. And let's see, I want maybe 4 down. Oops, sorry, I'm making a little mess there. Yeah, okay. So I've got the largest one, and see how I'm going to make a little frame here out of this. That looks like your cat. Oh, your cat's name is Salem. Oh, I love that. Okay, so I took the largest, so I've got 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th largest stitched rectangle die that's in the middle. And then I am going to run that through the die cut machine. My son actually lives in Salem, Massachusetts. Salem, you know, where the historic Salem, where the witch trials took place. It's a fun place to go in the fall. New England's always fun in the fall anyways because it's so pretty, but they have so many cool things happening there, so it's kind of neat that he goes to school there, so we get to visit often. So I'll pop that out, save that for another project. This is what I really wanted out of it. It is the frame that these two cut when I ran that through. Okay. Oops. While I have that out, I'm also going to use the layering circle dies and cut the largest circle out of crushed curry. Through the magic of video, I have that pre-cut. So those are our die cut pieces. And we'll go ahead and stamp. We got one of the tags came out of the kit, one of those, all the die cuts that came in the kit. And this is the stamp from the kit. It says Trick or Treat, Spooky and Sweet. Just stamp that in some black. And next up, we're going to make this cool fence. Okay, so that's all this stamped piece in there. The cat was a die cut from the kit. Adorbs, right? It's like so fun. Okay, so those are these pieces. Now we're going to make this wood fence. Now, first of all, the wood fence, is actually designer paper that I started, and this is the All in Good Taste designer series paper. I'm going to show it to you real quick. I have all of the supplies listed that I'm using today on the free PDF that has also the measurements. You can get that on my blog by clicking on the resource page, or you can go to stampwithtami.com, and it's right now it'll be on the homepage, but you can click on the videos for the video section to see that. But definitely you want to download this because I have all the measurements there for you, and that makes it easy, but also so you can see the different supplies that I used on top of the kit. So like I said, I used a kit for everything here, but there's a few additional products that I use like this one, and it is available in my online store. All right, so it's a fun pack of paper. It's called In Good Taste, and it's textures here. So you see we've got different textures, brick, we've got burlap, we've got several different wood grains here. You could use different wood grains on this fence. Got this almost looks like a pressed tin tile, and they're all double-sided 12 by 12. The wood grain though is just worth it. And this one, look at it's like spackle. There's just so many textures here that make such great backgrounds. And they give you 2 of each design in the pack. So we got another fabric on here. So again, these would make fun for other projects too, but I'm using this wood to make the fence. So we're building a fence. We're building a fence out of wood. I just cut a little strip here. I'll move these guys out of the way. And then I took the classic label punch to make our slats. So that kind of gives it the shape. And what I did was I like that they were different grains of the wood, so because it's supposed to look like an old fence, right? So we want it to be different, you know, shades of wood. So I think I did about 7 or 8. Punched about 7 or 8 of these slats out. And then what ends up happening is I get about 4 deep, and then I've got to just take my scissors and trim that off and then keep going. So I got about 7 or 8 of those to make the fence. I personally found it easier to attach the fence to a separate piece of paper, but if you don't have to do that, you could attach it right to the bottom of your base that you're going to layer everything on. The reason why I liked having this separate piece, and I did put this in the measurements, is because while you're attaching, it makes it so much easier to line up. I will note though, I think I said this was 2 inches wide, and I ended up cutting a 1/4 inch off, so it's 1 3/4 inches. And then mini glue dots that came in the kit if you want. I'm going to use Stampin' Seal. And then just put a little bit of adhesive on the back. And then you just kind of build your fence here. And I wanted to do different textures of that wood grain next to each other so they weren't all the same again, because it's supposed to look like an old rickety wood grain fence. And then once I cover that panel right there, I will flip it over and just trim off the pointed tip of one side for our bottom. So we have our fence top. And then through the magic of video, ta-da! I have one all done for us, so you can see the back there. Okay, now we can assemble. I have got a basic black card base, and the Night of Navy is going to be the panel that we layer everything on. So go ahead, and I'm going to use the seal adhesive on the fence and on our moon, our full moon here, so it lays flat. I kind of laid those two down at the same time together. Well, I guess my fence is a little bit long here, but that's okay. Like so. I hope it's, yeah, okay, good. All right, so the fence, oh, I left that a little bit longer, so I'm just going to trim off that side right there. Oh, thanks, you guys. I'm glad you love that. Thank you. So the cat was one of the die cut pieces that came in the kit. You know, Pat has a good idea here. She's like, you could put glue on the base and then just put the slats on. You could do that. And you could also use adhesive sheets. That adhesive sheets would actually be ideal for that. Just make the top part of this sticky with the adhesive sheet, and then you can just stick the slats on. That's a really good idea. And the glue idea is a good one too. Thanks, Pat. Thanks for that. So just a little seal adhesive on our kitty. Isn't that awesome? So fun, right? All right, so that I'm going to place down here on our card base. And as always, when I'm working with a dark card base, like this one's black, I would normally layer a piece of Whisper White or a lighter color on the inside. You can even stamp on it in here so that you can write on it. For now, I'm just going to show you how to make the card, but just when you're making your own, if you want to write something on there, that's always helpful. So the frame is going to actually frame it in here. And that you could use dimensionals. Black dimensionals would work here. I'm actually going to take the, I had this down here already. This is the strips, foam adhesive strips. I don't quite need them to touch. On the next project, we'll need them to touch each other for a good reason. I'll share with you when we get there. And then just peel that backing off, and they're sticky. I feel like I want some background, like theme music while that's happening. I'm gonna have to work on that while I'm peeling adhesive. Okay, so then we just line it up over the top, and we've got our framed cat on the fence. And then we just want to take the words that we stamped, and I stamped those with the Paper Pumpkin Kit stamp set on one of the tags that came in the kit. I just cut off left one banner tail. Here I'm going to take, and I actually think I have black dimensionals. I'm going to use one. Going to put it on just this end, and then I'm going to put some seal adhesive on the other end, and I'll tell you why. The first part is going to go on this frame, which is already popped up with that foam, but the second part isn't popped up, so you definitely want a dimensional or some of that foam adhesive under it so that it pops up with the same level as the frame. And our card is complete. Again, all the measurements for that are on that free PDF that's on my blog. You can get to it, stampwithtami.com, or just click on the link in this video, the resource page. All right, I got shaker cards next. Told you this was going to be a mega class, right? So fun. I couldn't stop myself. So I made 2 shaker cards. They're pretty much both the same layout. This one I put pieces of the die cuts that came in the kit inside of it. But this one, I'm going to show you. So I'll actually make this one. This one's made the same way, just different colors. But this one, I'll actually show you how I got customized colors of those little dies that came in the kit, the die cuts, the swirlies. And the stars, for those of you who are Paper Pumpkin subscribers, this came in the August kit. We got these cool little stars in the August kit, so I used those for the shakers. But we also have sequins, too. Okay, so we'll get started with that one. I will start, eeny, meeny, miny, moe, stamping or die cuts. Which way do we want to go? We'll go with die cuts. All right, so I already, I know in the last card, and you could do that with this one too, I made a window with the 2 rectangle frames. This one, I'm just going to use the rectangle to cut out the center. So we'll bring our die cut machine in here. I've got that magnetic plate on here. This is the 4th largest stitched rectangle. For those of you who are new to this particular die cut machine, probably want me to back out a little bit, don't you? We've got a platform, which is, everything's numbered here. I love that it's numbered. And then we've got the thin die adapter here, number 2. And then the magnetic plate is number 5. So then we'll put that down. We'll put our, I've got black glitter. Super fun, right, for the paper. And then just 1 cutting pad on top, because the magnetic plate is going to act like a cutting pad. And we will cut out, it's not as straight as I would like it to be. We're just going to cut our window out of the center of that. Oh, thanks, Tina. She says you have a home. I have an extra pad under there. We don't want that. So you had a home run with these cards. I appreciate that. Thank you. I love what I do. And I'm not going to lie, I love making Halloween projects. I usually give them for birthdays and different occasions during the fall season, but I really have a lot of fun with them. So that's how we got our window. Similar to the last one, I just, instead of using the largest stitch frame, I just cut it. So that's another way of doing that. All right, so we're going to take Whisper White panel and stamp words on it. I got the words from the kit. Are you loving this kit even more now? Are you kicking yourself for not getting it? I have a couple, but you got to be quick. If you get to my blog, go to the resource page. There's a link there. Happy Halloween in the middle. And then I just took some of these dies, and I'll put that aside just for a minute while we work with the dies. So I would suggest taking whatever color you think you're going to use the least, whatever you have the most left over, and flip it over, because they're colored on one side, they are white on the other side. And I'm going to take some of these swirlies. I think this is cinnamon cider. It doesn't really matter which color you choose because I'm using the white side. And you can take as many of those as you want to use inside the shaker cut. I'll do 3 on this one. I think I did 5 on the other one, but I'll just go with 3 this time for video's sake, just so you get the idea of how to do it. And in these dies, I also want that witch's hat. Also, the stamp set also has a witch's hat. The stamp set that came with the kit has a really fun witch's hat on it, and that's a nice fun image too that you could stamp and cut out if you wanted to. Okay. As promised, I'll show you how to make these any color you want. And there's several ways that you could do this. You could do it with ink pad. You could do it with your Stampin' Blends. I am actually going to be doing this with a regular marker, not the Stampin' Blends, but with the Stampin' Write markers. These are just regular markers. This is in Gorgeous Grape. And I'm just going to color the back the color I want it so it will match my project. So you can make these fun dies in any color you want. Gorgeous Grape was the theme on this particular card, so that's the color I'm going with. So there's our colored lattice. We'll color a couple of these. The little swirlies. Got to be gentle with them when you're coloring them. There we go. I love shaker cards too. There's just something so fun about shaker cards. Just a little element of party inside the card. And we're just going to make our own. A lot of times I'll use sequins. We have Stampin' Up sell sequins, and a lot of times I use those as the shaker, but I had those stars left over from the September World's Greatest kit, and I thought, oh, they're perfect. They would be perfect little. They actually were that kit did have a window card in it. That's what they were for, and I was like, they're going to be perfect in my Halloween shaker card. So as you can see, even though this kit was for party crackers, you can see how you can totally shake it up and use it. Get it? Shake it up. See what I did there? Use it for something else. Okay, there we go. All right. After that, we just have some assembly. So first thing I'm going to do, I think, is attach our bottom part, which is our Happy Halloween, and I'll use some seal adhesive for that. I've got a silicone mat here. I think silicone mat, and there, you take your pick tool and the stamp cleaner are some of the first tools you'll want, and a paper trimmer when you get started. And you know what? I actually cut a white insert for the middle of for the center of this inside of this one. I made it the same size as the white, so if you're unsure what size to make it, that's all I did. I made it the same size as the white I used on the front. So you could stamp on there a little Happy Halloween. You can make another cute little image. Okay, so Next up, on the frame part, I took this little guy that we just colored, so he's gorgeous grape, and I'm gonna just make it a little decoration, but I want to make sure it's on the outside of where the window sheet is, because if it's on underneath the window sheet, these sequins and little doodads are going to get stuck on it. So I'm going to put that on before I attach the window sheet to it. Where's my marker? We missed a piece. I did a terrible coloring job there, didn't I? There we go. Much better. And I've got a little, you can see I've got a tiny little bit of overhang there, so we'll just trim that off with the scissors, so that doesn't show. Now we'll attach our window sheet to this so that we can get started with our shaker card. And hey, if you had the World's Greatest Kit and didn't use all your window sheets, because they did have a shaker card in that one, you could use those here, or we have window, oops. Oh, I'm at the end of my, I'm at the end. Oh, this is the first one I've had to refill. These are new. This adhesive is new. The seal, the Stampin' Seal. So I guess I am going to show you how to do a refill. I'm going to learn with you. Okay, so just taking out this insert. Oops, a little gummy on there. We'll use that later as a dimensional. We have no waste. Okay, so this little guy pops right in there, yes? Or do I have that upside down? No, I think that's how it goes. I'm assuming these line up. There we go. And then the top goes on it. All right, there you go. That was a bonus. How to refill your Stampin' Seal. This is new adhesive Stampin' Up came out with, and it replaces the old snail that we used to have. And I will tell you one thing. It is so much stronger. I mean, I love snail. I was so addicted to it. But this, wow. I mean, you want to make sure you're putting your stuff where it belongs on your card, because it's very tough to reposition it later. It's good. I mean, that's a good thing. But at the same time, careful. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and put our, you know what, let's do our ribbon first. I've got some of this purple ribbon. It's kind of fun, right? So I'm going to go ahead and attach that on the front of our card. So I did kind of a faux knot here with that. Just kind of snipped a couple of pieces there. Isn't that pretty? The tricolors on that. And it's the same on both sides. So we're just going to put a little bit, mini glue dots works here too, or some, I'm using Stampin' Seal to the edge. So we're going to put that down at the bottom. That's going to go at the bottom edge of our card. The reason why I'm kind of doing this first is because I'm going to put some foam adhesive strips on the back, and that it just makes it easier if this is on first. So my faux knot, I'm taking this one little strip, just tying it in a knot once. And that's it. And then we can trim our edges. And that's ready. Okay, so now we're ready to put that foam adhesive strips on the back here. Same thing I just used on the last card. But remember I said we want it to attach. We want it to go all the way around the rectangle this time, no spaces. And the reason for that is because you don't want your sequins falling out, which they would do if you had a space there. I personally prefer to cut it as I go. Rather than pre-cutting the strips. I mean, if you prefer pre-cutting, that works too. But and just again, make sure there's no gap there, because if there's a gap, you don't want any of your little sequins or stars or whatever you're gonna fill your little shaker card with to fall out. Okay. So now we want to fill our shaker cards. So I've made these little swirlies. We've colored them. Put them in there, and we've got our heart sequins from last month's kit, or you could use regular sequins, or you could even use some of the die cuts from the kit. You can use some more of those, which I did in my other shaker card. I'll bring that back out in a second. So however many you want in there. Just make sure they're all kind of in the center. Make sure everybody's in the center when you get started here. That makes it really easy to assemble your shaker card. Maybe a little bit more in there. Oh, maybe that's too much. Wherever the happy medium is. Okay, so again, just make sure everybody's in the center, and then we're just going to go ahead and peel off the foam adhesive strips. Okay, so that's all sticky. Oops, there's one piece there that's all sticky now. And then we are going to line that up on the front of our card. And then when we press it down, we've got our shaker card. So easy, right? So fun. And then some dimensionals. You can use the dimensionals that came in the kit. I have black dimensionals, and I thought they were perfect here because it's a black hat and it's a black card, and they blend right in. That way you don't see the adhesive at all. And just put that down there. And our card is complete. Happy Halloween. And again, I did the same exact thing. I cut the window like I did the cat card on this one. Everything, I didn't color this die cut. I used the color that was already there. And these are all punches inside. They're all punches. I got the pumpkin in there, some different colored leaves that came in the kit, and the pumpkins from the kit. So 2 different ideas there. I've got bigger pictures of those on my resource page for this video. You can just click on the link in this video. And then we have here the projects that came in the kit, the party cracker treat boxes that came in the kit. I've got some pictures of the ones I made there too for ideas, as well as you can get ideas from the ones that were on the instruction sheet. I hope you guys loved this video today. I had so much fun playing with this kit. I really I thought, oh my gosh, I'm like having too much fun with this. Like I might have a problem. I may never stop. Like I was afraid I wasn't going to get the video done today because I couldn't stop making stuff. I was very inspired, but they are just awesome. I had so much fun with it. And I hope you guys have a lot of fun with yours too. Have a wonderful weekend, and thanks for joining me today.